Shele babo, shele babo. How come on this? Shele babo, shele babo.
Namuna come on this. Come on this.
Shele babo.
Namuna come on this.
Shele babo.
Come on this.
Shele babo.
Namuna come on this.
Where my man?
Come on this.
Where my man?
Namuna come on this.
Where my man?
Come on this.
Where my man?
Namuna come on this.
Shele babo.
Come on this.
Shele babo.
Namuna come on this.
Shele babo.
Come on this.
Easy call, no.
Namuna come on this.
So I don't know if you can see, maybe you can, but today in South Africa it is cold, it is rainy, it is foggy, and my Bushveld Carboneer tour has been cancelled because of the weather. There's no guarantee it will be better tomorrow. And one correction I need to make, it's the Lalapanzi Hotel, not the Lalapanzi, it's the Lalapanzi Hotel. Okay, got that? There we are. Just come into the museum. I've had my breakfast. I think what's the word? We were going to be showing through this with my tour guide up here in Lalapanzi, but wow, here's a Boer War prisoner artifacts dated 1902, 1903. Yeah, but because of the weather, my tour guide can't do it today. And we may have to. We're going to pray that we can do it tomorrow. There's the that famous painting of the Carboneers. That could be Bulala Taylor. Not sure. Once again, we've got some books from around that time. And it's a South African. There's the chocolate tin. It's very dark in here. Okay. That's a cup for the men who have moustaches. And it's just stuff they've found. There's a bit of a painting. You know, oh, look at this. The bayonets in there. Alright, well, we'll just have a quick brief look because we need the oh wow, look at this. Hubert de la Rey Bayers. All names we've heard already, eh? Beautiful display. Lee Enfield. So I finally emerged from the room. It's 11:30 on a Tuesday. As I said, plans have been kind of cancelled because of the weather. But I'm going to go into town because I'm having problems with my videos uploading. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this happened to me at Waterfront. Suddenly YouTube Studio wants to verify it's me because my connection's pretty poor. But I'm having trouble. There's a little rat ran through his little hole there. He must have been eating a nut or something. You might be able to see him. No, he was a little rat sitting there eating something. This looks like another British transport wagon. I thought we'll walk over and have a look at Captain Hunt's room. Look at that. Yeah, don't know. Yeah, so I got the book yesterday from Front Reception, and I was reading through it now. If you've seen Breaker Morant, and this is the book verifies that as well. The Breaker lost his nut over the death of Captain Hunt, who was his brother-in-law, but the night before Harry Morant's execution, he wrote a letter to a priest or something telling him how Captain Hunt was the kindest man or the sweetest man on the planet. And it was the death and mutilation of Captain Hunt that sent Harry over the edge. Now the book, written by the South African, oh, here it is here. Of course, going to be locked up. And established 1947. It's been there a long time. There's absolutely nothing in there, just a thatched roof and a whiteboard. They love conventions, these people. We'll walk around a little bit. Interesting plant, isn't it? Hey? So what had happened was they captured a Boer, or they had a Boer. Some Boers helped and worked with the British, and they had this Boer who told them where they could capture, I think it was Viljoen, and they went out to this farmhouse, and they were basically bushwhacked. The Boers opened fire on Captain Hunt and a couple of the other Australians as they approached the farmhouse, which was supposed to be undefended. Captain Hunt was killed, so was another sergeant or lieutenant from the Australians, the Carbineers, and when Harry went to retrieve the body, Captain Hunt had been badly mutilated. Now, he'd been stomped on in the face. I don't think any body parts had been cut off, but he was mutilated, and this sent the Breaker into a rage. Now, in the book, the Boers also claim that one of their men who was killed at the exchange was also left there, and when they collected him the next day, he was also mutilated. So they surmise that perhaps it was witch doctors came and took body parts off the white men. Remember, these white men were warriors, and that meant something to the witch doctors, their uniforms, their shiny buttons and all that. So perhaps it wasn't the Boers who mutilated Captain Hunt, but this was enough to send Harry over the edge. So when they went searching for retribution, they found some Boers that were in a gully. The Australians or the Carbineers saw their fires or smelt their fires, and Harry ordered them to open fire way too early. They were too far away to cause much initial damage, but the Boers got up and rode off. But one of them didn't, a young boy called Visser, who'd been wounded the night before, been shot in the ankle. He couldn't get away. He hid under a wagon, and it was this Visser that Morant ordered to be executed, and we see that in the movie. So okay, Captain Hunt's boardroom has nothing to do with Captain Hunt, but it's named after him, and these are beautiful cottages here, aren't they? Okay, you're getting a feel for Africa now, aren't you, folks? This is where you can stay and be very affordable. Like, you're not talking hundreds of dollars a night for one of these beautiful cabins. I doubt you're even talking $100 a night, maybe 100. But look what you get. And that dining room and that, and the food there was top class. You could get kudu, game, if you wanted, if that was your thing. I think I might have the boerewors tonight. Yeah, hi everybody. Back at the dining room of the Lalapanzi. Still can't say it. You might be able to catch a few thunderclaps out there. It's a lightning storm, a thunderstorm, which I haven't actually heard before as clearly since I've been in Africa. But yeah, every now and then we might get a loud clap of thunder. Now, talking about power and electricity, I'm now experiencing load shedding. I got away with it for 3 weeks almost. They'd said, some of them said it was because the Springboks were playing rugby that they'd stopped doing the load shedding. Now it's over, it's back in effect again. Don't know about that. But yeah, so this morning, I think it happened yesterday as well, but anyway, this morning I was awake about 5:30, the power went off. Here comes the clap. I went to make a coffee, the kettle was off, the heater was off, all that, and it came on again at about 7. And then this afternoon I was in Louis Trichardt, and I was sitting in Mike's kitchen, it's called, drinking some tea, a couple of pots of tea, when power went off. Everyone just groans, but they're used to it now. And it was off for about 2 hours again. I don't know how that kitchen survives, but they managed to keep bringing out the stuff, so they probably got hot plates or gas, or I don't know what they do, but they're used to it. Which made going to Vodacom difficult because, yeah, their system was down when I got to Vodacom. Well, here comes Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Great. Okay, beauty. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
So, yeah, what happened was that I was getting these error messages on my laptop about uploading videos last night, about needing to verify, and it was so slow here. And I thought, well, probably because we're sort of, I didn't realise how far out of Louis Trichardt we are. We're about 25 kilometres south of Louis Trichardt, the town. So I decided to go into town, find myself a Wimpy or something, and bring my laptop with me. I'm ready to order, Sylvia.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, she's going to get her pad. So, yeah, that was the plan. Now I'm getting a bit used to the car and driving, because they're all the intersections are, generally there's no lights working. It's a stop sign. Who gets there first goes next, sort of honesty program. So I have the tomato soup.
It's coming right away.
And I'm going to have boerewors, please.
Boerewors?
Yeah, with I think maybe chips.
Wors and chips.
Yeah. Maybe some salad.
Yes, with chips.
Or some salad, maybe.
Choice of salad?
Greek.
Great. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Greek.
And where are you from, Sylvia? Are you local or are you from over the border?
I'm local here.
Good, good.
It's not too far from Louis Trichardt.
What is your tribe?
I'm Tonga.
Tonga.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
From Limpopo.
Yes, of course.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
I'll be with you right now.
Yeah, great.
Hey, Dad.
There you go, she's Songa from Limpopo. Limpopo is a river. So yeah, I'm sort of getting the idea, you know. you pull up to the traffic, to the stop. It's either a stop sign or a traffic light, and you just look around quickly to see who was there before you, and then you let them go, and then you know, it's your turn, and they seem to do the same. So somehow it works, I don't know. So I get into town and I'm driving up and down the main street, and yeah, the usual rundown African chaos. I noticed there was like a witch doctor selling stuff, but in a stall that sort of had men's Congo powder and men's strength powder.
Forgive me, my mom's a little bit, but I think, how do you like your chips? Crispy?
Crispy, please.
Crispy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your roast, that meat?
Medium.
Medium?
Yeah.
Okay,
thanks. Yeah, there you go. Have you ever had a waitress come and ask how you like your chips? Yeah, the usual chaos, you know, of an African town these days here. As I said to Alan, South Africa's just become like the rest of Africa. Places I've been to, like Zambia, Tanzania, Uganda, you know, they're all chaotic and crazy and dirty and mad. And now South Africa's joined the rest of Africa. But yeah, there was a witch doctor selling powders and that sort of stuff. And you know, in older days, I would have stopped and walked over and asked him a few questions about his potions, but I don't think it's that safe these days. Don't know, but anyway, I didn't. So anyway, yeah, I'm driving around, and I get to a shopping centre. That's the way it is now in all these towns. They've got malls, shopping malls, where you feel a bit safer. Your car's kind of got these guys that supposedly keep an eye on it for you. And I go into Mike's kitchen, sit down, order a pot of tea. I start working on uploading these videos. Today's one that you saw, day 32, I think it is. No, sorry, day 22. That episode was what I was uploading at Mike's kitchen with a pot of tea. So anyway, it's so slow, like the upload speed is so slow, and I thought this isn't right because I'm in town now. I can understand out here, but not when you're in town. And they've got good phone coverage in South Africa. Anyway, and then all of a sudden it stops. Here comes Bridget.
Sorry?
Hello.
Hello.
Right, that's Bridget. She's the one who took the booking when I rang. She's really nice. And so yeah, it gets real slow, and then it stops and says you're out of data. Now I bought 30 gig of data when I was in Rustenburg on the way back from meeting Piet and the Elands River, so that's just over a week, and I used 30 gig. So what you do in this situation is you go and you find a Vodafone shop or outlet, give them the money, and they put another 30 gig on the modem, on the SIM card on the modem. Thought we had that worked out, thought we had that kind of refined now. Just talking to myself, Bridget.
Why are you bored?
It comes to hello too. This is Bridget.
Hi.
She's supervisor or boss, or stay.
No, just a receptionist.
Yeah, great receptionist. One of the best I've met. So yeah, you give them the money, you give them the phone number for the SIM card, and they put the 30 gig on, but they'll only give you 30 gig as the maximum. Oh, no, someone's arrived with a bucket. Hello. Oh, we got a leak.
Yeah, I know, there's
You better get on the roof.
Oh, is there a leak on your table?
No. Just kidding. Joking.
Oh.
He's a nice young man too. So I go down to find the Vodafone, and as I said, they're in darkness because of this load shedding business. And I get in there, and I don't know. This is just Africa for you. The guy says, I don't know what you're talking about. We can't do that. We don't give data here. I said, but you do. I've been to 3 shops now, one in Rustenburg and twice in Boksburg, Vodafone, and they do that. You give them money, they give you data. And he whispers, they whisper because maybe they're not confident with English or something. So I'm leaning forward trying to hear what he's saying, and he keeps saying, you know, so he says, what I think you should do is take your SIM card out, go over there and buy some airtime at Checkers, and then convert it to data. Well, that blew my head, because getting the SIM card out of the modem was incredibly hard last time. So I said, no, I don't want to do that. So I said, well, what can you do? He said, well, there's another Vodafone shop in town. The shopping centre is always on the outskirts of town. So I go in. He gives me these faulty instructions. He goes, fourth set of robots, turn right. I go back into town. I end up in this taxi rank where no one was moving. There was taxis all around me hitting their horns. Africans all around the car. Not a white person to be seen. You get nervous. The doors are locked. But anyway, you know, you don't want to act too crazy. You just got to be calm and, you know, hope that nothing happens. So I get out of there eventually. I'm looking around for this. I kept looking on my phone for where's the nearest Vodafone shop. He kept trying to send me back to that shopping centre. I end up at the shopping centre again. So I rang Brian, my South African Brian. I said, yeah, I think I get what living in Africa is about. You know, I said, the guy in the shop, he just didn't want to help me at all. He just said, it's not my problem, go somewhere else. And he sent me to a shop. I did find the other Vodafone shop, and it was closed. It had sold mobile phones at some stage, but it was all taped up, and once again it was real African. There was no one around there to ask. So anyway, yeah, I go back to, so Brian says, why don't you just go back to the shop again, tell him that the other place is closed, and just ask him, ask to speak to a supervisor or someone. So I go back to the shopping centre, I go back to see the guy. It was like he was a different person. He spoke up, he was coherent, it was the same fella. But he says, look, our system is down. Well, he didn't tell me that before. He said, our system is down. He says, but what I suggested you should do, you didn't want to do, so I can do it for you if you want me to. I said, well, you know, are you able to? He says, yeah. So what he did was he got the SIM card out of my modem, he put it in his phone, and then he goes over to Checkers to buy airtime. Now, I don't know what airtime is, but I think it's the time you speak on a mobile. They call it airtime. And once you've paid for that, you can convert it to data. So when he got back from Checkers, and mind you, that was 300 Rand, which is like about $25. He says, I've got you 50 gig. I mean, wow. They could never get me 50 gig with the way they were doing it before. And when he showed me, he says, you got 50 gig in the daytime and 50 gig at night. So actually you got 100 gig. And he took the SIM card out of his phone, put it back in my modem. And then suddenly the videos are flying up, you know. As you run out of data on the modem, it seems to slow up, which makes no sense to me at all. But once you've got fresh data, they're flying up. So I put 2 up today. And I said to the guys, is it all right to give you a tip? I said, you're a champion. I started dancing. I was doing this in the shop, dancing and singing and whistling. And they were all clapping. Here's soup. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you, Sylvia.
It's your
bread roll.
or the butter.
It's nice and warm, the bread roll. So yeah, it works. And the guys, I said, you're a genius. You're an absolute genius, mate. I gave him 100 Rand, which is, I don't know, about $6 or $8, I suppose, about $8, I think. But that's quite a generous tip for them, you know. And then went back to Nando's, ordered some chips and a bit of, they got these chicken sticks at Nando's, just a snack, and finished up loading. So, well, thanks a lot.
Amen.
Beautiful. So that's my story for today. A bit of frustration with an African town and frustration with how they do things. But if you keep your cool and you keep your fingers crossed and pray a little bit, you get things done. Now hopefully tomorrow Charles is his name, Charles, and he'll be coming to do the tour, at least show me around, because I saw some signs, one for Fort Edward and one for Fort Hendrina. They were the forts that the bushveld carbineers operated out of, but I don't think there is a fort there anymore. But he'll know. I'll ask Charles tomorrow. It's alright, better get into my soup. Bye. Oh, where's the cats? They're not here yet.